Okay, a second video on kinisis. The way we move through time, or the way that we are, in another sense, time itself, primordial time. So James, he says, "Now I believe that in all cases where the words are understood, the total idea may be and usually is present, not only before and after the phrase has been spoken, but also whilst each separate word is uttered. It is the overtone, halo, or fringe of the word as spoken in that sentence. It is never absent. No word in an understood sentence comes to consciousness as a mere noise. We feel its meaning as it passes. And although our object differs from one moment to another as to its verbal kernel or nucleus, yet it is similar throughout the entire segment of the stream. The same object is known everywhere, now from the point of view, if we may so call it, of this word, now from the point of view of that. And in our feeling of each word, there chimes an echo or foretaste of every other." So when I first looked into Derrida, what I call the time of reading became apparent to me. And of course, I think Derrida gets this from Husserl, and I think Husserl got it from James and developed it in detail. How do we experience time or the moment? We have this anticipation and this memory. If you listen to a melody, maybe it's a familiar melody, you only hear one note at a time, but each note is sort of weighted down with the totality of the melody. So we don't have a punctiform, point-like, infinitesimal now. We have this kinisis, we have this movement. I think you might say that Dasein is a vector. So I've suggested that consciousness is presence, but this is dynamic, presencing. And that's why you might call consciousness temporality. Temporality, a word often used in Heidegger translations for this kind of original time, the original time that we are. So existence is a kind of vector of disclosure. As we, move around objects, we can sort of walk around an object or walk up to an object, and the object becomes, it shows us more faces, more aspects. There's this on the wayness, this vectorial style of being in the world. And earlier today I was thinking about the problem of writing philosophy. You cannot say it all at once. You cannot force all of the meaning, in quotes, into a single instant. It's more like squeaks or spurts of jazz. You run around the hermeneutic circle. You can't squeeze it all into a single symbol. You can't squeeze it into some summarizing sentence. You have to become familiar with the issue. So, something that you might call phronesis or tact, this way that we are spread out through time, in some sense, our consciousness, the consciousness that we are in, it's not in us, we are in it. It is the revelation, the ongoing revelation or disclosure of the world. But then we're also historical beings. So things appear to us as familiar or strange, and we learn about, we become familiar with a language. Like I'm trying to learn a little Greek, and it's becoming slowly becoming easier to read the Greek alphabet and to pronounce the words more quickly. I'm starting to recognize a few of them. So the way that you would feel yourself into a language, I think that's a good metaphor for the way that we feel ourselves into things in the world in general, the way we get to know a person, the way we come to understand a philosopher. But when, let's say that you yourself, you've learned something, you've put some time in, you cannot just chain 20 words together and just hand those words to someone and give them the phronesis that took you so long to gather or develop. This, I would connect this to the Derridian critique of presence, this impossibility of squeezing it into a single moment, a single symbol, a single sound.